Hello, space engineers. Welcome back to another episode of ProtoTech Quest, where we go after the tech, we build big old ships, we get things blown up, and we try to take viewer advice. So, there's all that, and plenty more. Yeah, right. So the first thing I wanted to show you today was just what happened to the BDB after that combat. It really, it didn't get that beaten up. I know a railgun round went through it, but a lot of it seems to be here. I mean, had some great advice about working on its combat commands with the AI blocks to make it a little more responsive when someone tries to murder it. Oh, what a great show that was. Alright, let's see here. Projector, not warhead. Stuff's on fire. Okay, so they whacked some stuff in here that was expensive. Yep. Oh, the railgun's still there. That's cool. Took some damage over there. Or it was just an unwelded block. This is this is where the railgun went through the ship. Like through it. I thought it maybe got hit by more than one, but I don't know. Wow, something back in here got hit. Oh, that's just these engines. Okay. So mostly we just kind of got our engines shot out, which is expensive and terrible. Like, terrible from an expensive kind of way. Got all our decoys here, I guess. That one's in there. So that's really about all that happened to this thing. So I'm going to bring it back over to the ship, fuss about with a little bit of repairs on the welding arm, and then, oh, I don't need to come out. And then we're going to jump, because I think there's a lot of interaction going on with subgrids and things, or, well, floating grids, floating bits of things, and it's giving the game a hard time. So I want to make things easier for the game. And actually, I'm going to get the Ukamachi. I'm going to get the Ukamachi out of there before we do any of this craziness. So we'll do that. Got some things planned today. I'm gonna build a grinding machine based on one of Mr. Wellington's designs. Sure, he will recognize it, even if others of you have not seen it. He will recognize it. Large undersea creature emerges from its lair, ready to gobble up another Factorum encounter. Or maybe pick up its wounded baby over there and try and cuddle it back to health, which is what we're actually doing. And we're being careful because we don't want to F anything up. There's a lot of rocks here. Alright, I'm going to take this over to the... well, I'm just going to get it out of here. and then I'll come back when I'm working on or done working on the BDB. It should not be a big thing to fix it today. Putting more armor on these thrusters back here in an attempt to increase their longevity. They're expensive, and I'm tired of using up all my platinum to fix them. I think this is fun to add just a little more decoration here. I'm not necessarily going to fill. Oh, that's wrong. I can't have that. I'm not going to fill all this in, but it's fun to get some decoration on here. Just a little bit more to keep shots from coming in here. Nothing crazy. You know, sometimes I've been playing the game a while, but sometimes I learn stuff. So, is there something to learn here? Like, what if we put those in there? Does that do something interesting? That kind of does. Maybe we'll put that in there. I never, ever use this block. So, well, let's throw it in here. Maybe this is an acceptable place for it. Okay.
Maybe this should be a full block. Oh, okay. This should be half block.
Okay, well, let's do that on this side. And before we send this thing into combat again, we're going to take that dude's advice, and we're going to go back over the combat and have it do more than just defend. We'll have it attack when it's detected enemies, and then when it hasn't detected enemies, we'll have it come back. Alright, space engineers, we have repaired the BDB, and we have armored the rear thrusters so that hopefully they will not get annihilated the next time we use the BDB. Right now we are going to do a blind jump because I am trying to rectify my issues with Klang. If you look up at my server thread CPU load, it's high. And that's why my simulation speed is not 1. So we're gonna just jump. Just gonna do a blind jump. 3,841 kilometers. 28 million kilograms. Let's do it. Spin speed is up slightly. It's related to just getting away from those asteroids or what? Okay, so that helped us a little bit. I want to try another tactic to improve our problems with Klang. do that, I need to get some supplies. We're going to try and fix the sim speed, and we're going to do that by getting rid of all of these drones. I especially think there's something wrong with this one because I was deleting a bunch of things in creative mode to try and figure out what the issues are. And this whole device business, this drone and this rack and all this, there seems to be something about it. I don't really know what. And I've wanted to get rid of drones for a bit now. I have a mechanism to do that, like used drones. So we're going to build that here. And we're going to take some things that we learned from Mr. Wellington 6012 to try and accomplish that. So I'm going to build a grinding pit here that doesn't have any mechanical parts. The rest of you may not know what that's all about, but I'm sure that Mr. Wellington does. So the first thing that I'm going to need is conveyor line, so that we can get rid of all the things that we are going to be grinding up. Need to get them back in our ship. So I'm going to put some doors in here. So gates are 5 by 5. They're only 2 blocks tall. Do them like this. Maybe we'll be in the middle. Yeah, that's in the middle. And we need to move things over a bit. So what do we need? Well, right in the middle, which is this row, we need to have grinders. So let's put some grinders in. Okay, that's grinders on one side. So let's try and taper things to lead into the grinders. We're going to start it like that. Just going to put some interior wall blocks in here because they're cheap weight-wise. I know, the Ukamachi weighs a lot. Okay, so you can kind of see what we're doing here. Basic concept is that all the grids we want to grind are going to go in here. And then in order to actuate the grinding, we just move the ship forward and backwards a little bit. That's it. So I'm going to throw a bunch of blocks down. This is basically the same on the top as it is on the bottom. Okay, I have finished the basic layout for the grinding machine. We're going to push grids in here with a tug. And we're going to turn the grinders on and move the ship about just a little. And the grinders should grind everything up. So thank you, Mr. Wellington, for this wonderful idea. This is going to be my first implementation. I hope that it makes you proud and hope you guys find this interesting. I'm gonna go get the welded Rekka out and weld it up. Oh yeah, I added the recolorable thrusters mod, and most of the thrusters on this ship have the original colors from when I built it in the other game save, so that's fun. Alright, look at that. Okay, well, we had a little bit of a welding accident where I wasn't paying enough attention to where my ship was, and bad things happened. Yep, it sure did. So we're going to come over here to our handy dandy fix it all up, and we're gonna fix it all up. Alright, well, got our most of our welding done. So now we're gonna finish off the bottom half. Get it enclosed. Alright, well, we got most of the welding taken care of using the welding Rekka. I'm going to go in and take care of some final details by hand. But before we do that, before I go finish that off, I thought it'd be interesting to look at what we've been doing with the refining. Because it's been going on for a while. Holy moly. What's going on? Well, looks like we've gone through more than half. Oh, that's a lot of scrap. We've gone through more than half of the cobalt ore. It's like a 4-to-1 ratio or something. 387,000 kilograms of refined cobalt. That's just ridiculous. And we are chewing up our uranium like nobody's business. We're not doing anything crazy, so that's just from jumping. Alright, well, I'm gonna go weld that stuff up. I just thought you might find that interesting. Alright, folks. This is the inside of the new grinding pit. I still have to put some observation windows and controls in there and set things up on hotbars. But I've been doing stuff for a while and I got other things going on in life and I'm going to take a little break. So when we come back, or when I come back, I'm going to take all this stuff and put it all in here and turn on the grinding pit. So that'll be fun. All right, engineers, I am back from my break and I am ready to work on this airlock. So, not sure how much I'm going to show you, but there's going to be some airlocky things going on here. Well, I'd like to walk through here, I think. So if this was a different block, if this was a number 2, and that was a number 2, you could walk through here. Although it's not great. That's like a full corridor, right? So we have all that going on. We still have plenty of room here, so. So to make this an airlock, you can come through here and get in here, but how do you get up there? I mean, do I go crazy? Put a vent over here, just make it a giant airlock. We could put a giant airlock in by putting a vent there. This could be its own little mini airlock right here. That's kind of nice. Have the mini airlock. This is just observation and operation. Yeah. Get out, we'll go through the door. So we need windows up here. So if I put a panel up here, I should be able to attach windows to that. Put an operator's panel in here so that we can operate. Okay, we can come in here, through here to the pit. Go up the stairs to observe the pit, operate the controls. We're pretty close to being done with the grinding pit setup. And I'm thinking I'm going to put a sensor in here so that maybe I'll put, I could put 2 in for symmetry, but we really only need 1. And what this is going to do is detect small grids.
So when it doesn't detect grids in here anymore, it'll turn off. That's the goal. So this is the bottom, and so that's the left, and that's the right. So left we got 1, 2, 3, and right we got 4. Three is 8.75. Yeah, so 2.58. So this is 11.25. Bottom extent. I don't know. So top extent 1, 2, 3, 4. Bottom extent 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Back extent is going to be nothing, and front extent is going to be 7.5. Now, let's show this on HUD. Wow, okay, so it looks almost perfect. We need this to go one more, perhaps? Should it include this space? I don't know. I guess we'll move it half a block in on each side. So half a block in is 1.25, so this would be 10. This would be 12.5. Yes, it goes halfway in here. I guess we'll see if that's good enough. I don't know, does it come in here? Is that perfect? Maybe we'll go ahead and extend it all the way out. Okay. Okay, so when we turn the grinders on, so we need a timer block for that. Okay. I was hoping I might need to put something up here. Let's start with the timer block. So, we're going to push a button and run the timer here. And what this is going to do is turn on the sensor.
Energy low.
Turn that on. And turn on the grinders. It's on. Make sure the lights are on. And the gates. Sure they're closed. And then when the sensor gets tripped, it needs to turn itself off.
Well, it'd be great if we had some gravity back here. Oh, wow, that's actually perfect on that front, and it just needs to be wider. And just a little taller? Wider and taller, okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so okay, we got gravity sorted out. We've got an off button. Nice as these doors auto closed for our airlock. Grinders, yeah, looks good. Yeah. Nice. And if I hit this button, it's gonna do all three of those things and turn that sensor on. And when the sensor detects nothing, it's gonna turn off the grinders. We're just gonna, I don't know, grab the last three of these and stuff them all in at once, I guess. Man, this drone looks big. Good Tiny Tim. So we're gonna chop you here. All right, Wellington. I hope I'm making you proud. Oh man. Not that these drones haven't been useful tools. We've been very pleased to have them. We have blueprints that if we ever want to get them out again. With those assault cannons hanging off the side, it's just hard to keep these things around. Too much Klang. Alright, we got some more bits to get. My guys, you've been good drones, done your best. I think that you're awesome, but there's something weird going on with you, I think. So we're gonna get rid of you. We can always print another you. We have a blueprint of you. Come on, Tim, you can do it. Hopefully, this will improve our simulation speed. The last thing I want to have to do to fix that is go to Titan and get rid of the ice mine. I don't know what is causing it. The simulation load. I mean, I know there's a lot of pistons and things here, and we may do some stuff with the large grid printer eventually to try and use less subgrids. There are ways to make printers that don't require so many pistons. So we might try that next if this doesn't fix things. We might try that next. I did delete a bunch of grids from the game. I mean, it's definitely stuff in the game causing the performance issues. Oh, I can't get that in there, huh? Yes, we can. Come on. We can get it in here. Come on. There's a room. Alright, good job, Tim. It's time for you to go back to your berth. It's time for us to use the grinding pit. Dun, dun, dun. Hopefully that'll fix our clangety, and we can get back to other things. So I've got some rework that I need to do with the manufactory. Some new ideas about how that's all going to work, how it's going to be useful and effective, and more like my original ideas. Maybe not my original idea, but more like it. Oh, that's pretty cool, seeing the red light come through the windows. Huh. Okay, so if we move the ship, can I do that from here? It's not a control seat, is it? No, it's not. Okay, so I need a control seat? I guess I need a control seat. Now, the reason I needed that is so I can move the ship. Get the grinding started. The pieces are too big. Okay, well, let's just break them up a little bit so that they get into the grinders a little better. So we turn the dampeners off, and then we move the ship, and then these things are in the ship, but the ship's moving, so they're sort of not. The ship's what's moving here. It looks like they're moving, but they're not moving. The ship is moving. It's kind of fun.
Booting up the thrusters, systems all online. Metal bird breaks orbit, leaving dust behind. Blueprints in his visor, welding dreams from soul. He's a one-man faction, this vacuum's his home. Wire spark and drills ignite. Asteroid shimmer in the night. From planet to sector, the legend grows. Cosmic donuts on the go. Stars and steel forge the sky. Building on worlds where others die. Mining deep for riches unknown. Tech and power to call his own. He's fighting through the great unknown. Cosmic donut, claim your throne. He seeks old signals, ghosts in code. Finds lost ships in overload. Salvage turn to boorish might. Upgrade thrusters, prep for flight. Enemies lurk in the blackened night. Pirates, drones, they all attack. But he's got the skill, building defenses to turn the tide. This donut's got an iron will to survive. Stars and steel forge the sky. Building on worlds where others die. Mining deep for riches unknown. Tech and power to call his own. He's fighting through the great unknown. Cosmic donut, claim your throne. Galaxies wide, systems fall. But he answers every call. Blocks and beams light the way. A builder born from stardust. Stars and steel forge the sky. Golden dreams where legends fly. Engines burning, plasma flows. Onward where the starlight goes. Cosmic down to take control. Engineer with heart and soul.
Log Entry 41. Found a derelict near Sector 9. New tech on board. Time to rebuild.
Okay, well, obviously that process can take a little while. However, it's kind of neat because it does take care of everything, and if you're not jumping and you don't accelerate too terribly hard, you can just leave all this stuff in here and just not worry about it, and it'll get ground up, and then when the sensor trips off, all the grinders will turn off. So, this is pretty cool. I'm real excited. If I jump, you lose all of your salvage that's in here, all the stuff you're grinding, but maybe that's a bonus. I guess it depends on where you are in your whole Space Engineers adventure. So I wanted to do a bunch of other things, but I don't know that I have time to do a bunch of other things. I may have run out of time. And if I've run out of time, then I'm going to leave you guys with me grinding this stuff up. So, we'll see. I'm going to go do the edit. Hold on.